In several of his letters, Stevenson declares Kidnapped the favourite of his books. It's an adventure yarn, of course, but it's also a retelling of history and a study of Scotland, Highland and Lowland. It became the favourite of many others since, including Henry James, Jorge Luis Borges and Hilary Mantel. As he was starting the book, Stevenson wrote to his friend William Henley, "I have a great story on hand, a boy's story, a crackler." But he was warned by his publishers not to make the story or the characters too Scottish. You should avoid having much broad Scots in it. A little of that goes a long way with our readers. In fact, the language throughout is beautiful, both the Scots and the English. Muscular, witty, inventive, revelling in all the accents and differences that can be found within a nation.
Kidnapped by Robert Louis Stevenson, dramatised in 2 parts by Chris Dolan. Episode 1.
I will begin the story of my adventures one morning early in the month of June, the year of grace, 1751. That morning is etched upon my very soul. The commencement of a journey that would take me across the whole of Scotland and expose me to peril, politics, and the greatest friendship a man can ever know. I was a lad, 17 years of age, the son of a poor country dominie in the forest of Ettrick, or so I had believed.
You Jacobites by name, land and ear. You Jacobites by name.
'Twas a grand thing being young, with a great opinion of myself and my plans, and no notion whatsoever of the ways of the world, and what was about to befall me.
Jacobites by name, land and ear, land and ear. You Jacobites by name, land and ear.
My high spirits did not last the day. I was an orphan. All I had in the world was a letter left by my father. He had told me to make my way to a great house called Shaw's, north of Edinburgh. The letter was addressed to Mr. Balfour, some distant relative perhaps, who would help me in my time of need.
Sir, excuse me, am I on the right road for the House of Shaw's?
Shaw's? Why ever would you want to gang to the House of Shaw's? Blood built it, and blood will bring it down.
Sorry?
Good day to you.
For a great house, the nearer I drew to it, the drearier Shaw's appeared.
Hello?
There was a light inside, a meagre one, but a light all the same. I considered giving up my mission and returning a failure to Ettrick, but boyish anger got the upper hand.
Answer, I say! Open up! I'm here on the instruction of my father.
See this? It's a blunderbuss, and it's loaded.
Your form of welcome is different from that in my parish, sir.
Is that so? Then I'll go back there.
I come here with a letter for Mr. Ebenezer Balfour of Shaw's. Is he at home?
Letter? Then put it on the doorstep and be up with you.
I shall do no such thing. I shall deliver it personally. It is a letter of introduction.
Oh, is it no? And who micht you be?
I am David Balfour.
David? Then tell me, is your father dead? Aye, he'll be dead. That's what brings you chap into my door. Give me the letter.
I shall not. It's addressed to Mr. Balfour himself.
And who do you think I am? Give me Alexander's letter.
You know my father's name?
It would be strange if I didn't. He was my born brother. Come awa, Ben. You're kith and kin. Come, you'll be wanting a bite.
It was the barest room I had ever cast eyes on, and my uncle, if this fellow was to be believed, was as wretched-looking as his abode. A clay-faced, stooping creature, anywhere between 50 and 70 years.
Are ye sharp set? You can stomach a drop of porridge. No. The letter.
Yes.
You'll have read it, nae doubt.
I have not.
Aye, but you'll have hopes. Am I right?
I confess, when I learned I had well-to-do kinsfolk, I hoped they might help me in life. But I am no beggar, sir. I look for no favours.
Hoot toot! Dinna fly up in the snuff at me. We'll agree fine. Eat up. Your father was gey fond of his meat. Alexander's been long dead.
A month, sir.
He was a secret man, my brother. You'll never have spoken of me, aye.
Until this letter, and you have no other kin.
Dearie me, aye. He never said muckle when he was a bairn. A strange nature of a man. But, Davy, I've a great notion of family. What's best to put you to, I wonder? The law, the ministry, or maybe the army?
I spoke once to the minister at Ettrick.
Oh, talking's for the women, Davy. I'll ask you to keep your tongue within your teeth. Nae letters, nae messages. I wouldn't like us Balfours to be humbled before a wheen Highland Campbells. Nae word to anybody.
I'll do as I'm bid, Uncle. Though my father always said...
Don't mind, David. You shouldn't speak to me about your father. That's where the fault is. What's mine is yours, Davy. Blood's thicker than water. Say nothing to nobody, and I'll do recht by you. Davy, there's a wee bit siller I promised you afore you were born.
You did?
Nathan legal, you understand. A gentleman's agreement. Well, it has grown by now to be a matter of just precisely, exactly £40.
£40?
Aye. You see, I'm a canny man and strange with strangers, but my word is my bond.
Uncle, that is so kind of you.
Nae thanks. I want nae thanks. It's a pleasure for me to do recht by my brother's son.
I cannot take your money, Uncle, without labouring for it.
I could do with some help here, it's true. If you're none too trockled after your travels, you could maybe start recht now.
Of course. I am at your service.
There's a stair tower at the far end of the house. You can only win into it for the outside. Gang up the stairs and bring me down the chest that's at the top. There's papers you can sign.
Can I have a light, sir?
Nae lights in my house. I'm unco feared of fires. There's nae banisters, but the stairs are grand underfoot.
Out I went into the night. It had fallen blacker than ever, and I was glad to feel along the wall till I came to the tower door at the far end of what I now saw was an unfinished wing. The wall was wet and slippery. I kept close to the side and felt my way in the pitch darkness with a beating heart. The house of Shaw's stood some 5 stories high. It was like clambering on an open scaffold. Once or twice I almost lost my footing. The steps, contrary to what my uncle had said, were of unequal height. Could it be that the old man had sent me deliberately on a severely risky mission? Soon I had to get down upon my hands and knees, and as slow as a snail, feeling every inch, I continued to ascend. Bats! I cursed my own father's brother. My hand slipped upon an edge and found nothing but emptiness beyond it. The stair itself was unfinished. To set a stranger mounting it in the night was to send him straight to his death. I was perched, teetering on a single loose step, 5 stories above the ground.
What kind of man are you?
Davy,
Sit where you are.
are you a ghost?
Aye, you expected me dead right enough.
No, not at all. I had forgotten. I meant to tell you, I
Oh,
should...
be quiet. You took me for a country yokel with neither wit nor courage. I took you for a good man. It seems we were both wrong. What caused you have to cheat me to attempt to kill me?
Ah, Davy, lad, you misken me.
Oh, I do not. But no more talk tonight. I've had my fill of your company. Give me your keys. Out! Go on, get out!
No, you can't cast mute me in him.
Oh, I can. I intend to sleep safe and sound a few hours.
But the weather, I'll die. Would you have me dead, Davy?
You'll survive. We'll speak in the morn.
Davy, no, please. We'll speak. For last. We'll agree fine, Davy. The blood's thicker than water. Don't, Davy. You near killed me.
It wasn't my intention, but it was yours to kill me.
Oh, nicht you left me out in the wild. I'm welcome, old man, let me.
You were out for a couple of hours. Stop your belly aching. I needed sleep, and you'd have come at me with a dirk the moment I closed my eyes.
No, a misunderstanding, Davy. No more than that. You went the wrong way.
And you'll be wanting me to try again.
No need for that. Oh, it got me thinking stuck outside there. I'll do right by you yet. And more. I'll make it legal. You see, Davy, I have a venture with a certain Mr. O'Season, the captain of a trading brig, the Covenant. I have a letter for him here.
Let me see it.
You and me should walk over to the Queen's Ferry, and I could see to my business with the captain.
Why should I accompany you?
Well, maybe we can jog on to the lawyer, Mr. Rankeeler, and legislate your proper position in the Balfour family. I can tell you're no of a mind to trust me, but you believe Rankeeler. He's highly respected, and he kens your father.
I took the decision immediately, and once we had breakfasted, we set out on the road. I was going to a place of shipping where my uncle dare attempt no violence. My spirits rose at the prospect of a meeting with this lawyer Rankeeler. My future might yet be safe. As the sun lay low that evening, we came to the top of a hill and looked down on the ferry in the Firth of Forth, out on which lay the Covenant. Even from a distance I could see there was a sea-going bustle on board. Yards were swinging into place. As the wind blew from that quarter, I could hear the song of the sailors as they pulled upon the ropes. I felt a mixture, I confess, of excitement at such a sight, and abhorrence. I'd heard too many terrible tales of life on the high seas.
I think it right to tell you, sir, there is nothing that will bring me on board that Covenant.
Why, no, lad. I'd have thought a young laddie would have liked to see the brig o' a ship.
Mr. Balfour.
Captain O'Season.
Proud to see you, Mr. Balfour. The wind's fair and the tide upon the turn. We'll see the old cold bucket burning on the Isle of May before tonight. And who be this young gentleman?
Davy here is something we need to speak of.
Aye? Well, shall we cross to the inn then? The better to sign papers.
Aye, man.
And then we go to see Mr. Rankeeler.
Hoot. Hold your horses. The captain and I will tarry no more than an hour. Horses.
And I'll leave you to your business, gentlemen. I'd like to see the sea at closer quarters.
Even so far up the Firth, the smell of the sea was exceedingly salt and stirring. The Covenant was beginning to shake out her sails. Sailors, some in shirts, some in jackets, others with coloured handkerchiefs about their throats, one with a brace of pistols stuck into his pockets, 2 or 3 with bludgeons. The scene put me in thoughts of far voyages and foreign places. But my dreaming was interrupted by a man falling into step with me. He was, I discovered, the keeper of the inn where Captain Hoseason and my uncle were presently convening.
Was you the lad that came with Ebenezer?
I did, sir.
You look to me like kin.
Do I?
Aye, there's a wee bit likeness. I hope that's where it ends.
We merely met one another along the road to town.
Aye, well, if you're proper strangers, you wouldn't know there's men who would like to see him gurning in the end of the hangman's rope.
He seemed pleasant enough.
Oh, did he? Well, he was once a fine young fella, but that was before all the talk of him and Mr. Alexander.
Mr. Alexander?
His own brother. I'm not one for talking ill of folks, but he killed him. Oh, aye, that's what they say.
Good God, why?
For to get the hoose in the family heritage. He's a Balfour of Shaw, as you ken.
Why? Was this Alexander the eldest son?
Deed he was. What else would he have killed him for? Well, I canna dawdle here listening to your blithering.
What to believe of this man's gossip? Certainly not that my uncle had killed my father. That gentlest of men died at peace in his bed, with me by his side only a month before. But had Ebenezer somehow managed to make him leave covertly the House of Shaws? I looked forward all the more ardently to meeting Rankeela. If there were any truth in the landlord's theories, then I was now one of the rich of the earth. Shaws belonged rightfully to me, a man with a house and broad lands, who might mount his horse tomorrow.
Do you like my brig, young fellow?
Captain, everything upon the sea is a wonder to a countryman.
You seemed lost in a dwam. Aye, well, the Covenant's maybe not the grandest of ships, but to my eye she is the queen of the seas.
You and he are finished your business. Then it is time to see Mr. Rankeela.
Douse your sails a while. Mr. Balfour tells me great things of you. I wish I was for longer here, that we might make the better friends. But come on board the Covenant for half an hour, till the ebb sets, and drink a bowl with me.
I would gladly, sir, if I hadn't business of my own to attend to.
Your uncle said you were fricked of ships. Mr. Ebenezer is making his way to Rankeela's now. We could set you ashore at the town pier, right by Rankeela's house. And I wouldn't mind a word with you about Ebenezer. He means mischief.
Well, in that case...
Come along. Now, what can I bring you from the Carolinas? A roll of tobacco, Indian featherwork, the skin of a wild beast. Take your pick and say your pleasure. Mr. Rear, bear away! Aye, aye, sir. So, how do you like being a sailor, son?
I'm a little unsteady. The country looks guy different from the sea, Captain.
There's your uncle, waiting on the pier.
We seem to be moving away from the coast. Are there rocks?
Are we? So we are.
Seize him, lads!
What?
No! You're coming down. No! Help me! Leave off me!
I was lost. With all my strength, I tried to pluck myself clear of Hoseason's brutes. Just before everything went dark, I was spun around, and I saw back on the pier my uncle waving. And even at that distance, and on the point of senselessness, I could make out the look on his face, full of cruelty and triumph. I came to myself in darkness, in great pain, bound hand and foot, and deafened by the roaring of the sea, the thrashing of heavy sprays, the thundering of sails, and the shrill cries of seamen. The whole world heaved up and then rushed downward. I had no measure of time. Day and night were alike in that ill-smelling cavern of the ship's bowels. There fell upon me a blackness of despair, the remorse at my own folly, and a passion of anger at my uncle.
Aye, aye. How goes it? Sword done, right enough.
Help me.
Cheer up, man. The world's no done. You've made a bad start of it, but you'll make a better.
Mr. Rear, I instructed you to stay away from the boy.
A high fever, no appetite, no light, no meat. You see for yourself what that means. I want that boy taken out of this hole and put in the forecastle.
Keep your breath to cool your porridge, sir.
Please, I need air.
He'll be worth nothing as a carcass.
He'll survive to the Americas.
Americas?
Ah, but will he?
You're saying the lad will die?
That's my opinion.
In that case, leave him where he is. He's more trouble than he's worth.
No.
Can you move at all, boy?
He means to kill me.
We'll see about that. Let's get you out of this hole without breaking you in two.
There you go. And my share.
I don't understand.
If you'd perished down below, we'd have kept it.
Captain Hoseason gave us a portion of his fee of £40 for our silence. But seeing as how you're hale, if nae quite hearty, the money's yours.
£40? The money my uncle gave me. Is that all my life is worth?
There's less than 40 now, laddie. The captain and some of the more close-fisted crewmen are keeping their share alive. Or dead.
I'm at their mercy until we get to America.
There's not much in the way of work these days, even in the Carolinas, what with rebellions. The planters can't trust their blackamoor slaves anymore. So...
That's how the captain will make up for his losses.
I'm to be sold into slavery.
David, life is all a variorum. Look at me. I'm more than half a doctor, and here I am, man jack to Hoseason.
I was kept with the sailors for many days, and so came to know my companions. They were a rough lot, men condemned to heave together on the rough seas with cruel masters. Some had sailed with pirates, and had seen things it would be a shame to speak of. Others had run from the king's ships, and went with a halter round their necks. I was guarded by them on the deck by day, and the forecastle by night, until at last, I know not how many days later,
You boy, run aft. I want you to serve in the roundhouse. Might as well make use of you.
yes, sir.
This is the most important place on the Covenant.
Sir?
It is where I command from. And when I'm at rest, Mr. Reich,
You serve us our meals and anything else we require.
as soon as we require it. Understand?
Yes, Captain.
The bunks are for me and Reich. You sleep on the blanket on the floor there.
Sir.
Now, fetch us a cup of rum. You'll have one yourself, Mr. Reich.
I will. Over there, lad, by the lockers.
Here.
No, that's where the weapons are kept.
You'll find all the victuals in ship stores on the other side, behind you.
In here.
You'll be on call night and day, Davy, but it's easy service, and you eat what we eat, which is a sight better than the men. Oatmeal porridge, salt junk, pickles.
And a pannikin of rum from time to time if you're off a mind. You can help yourself to one now.
No, thank you. I do not drink.
Listen to the country boy.
I reckoned by now that the trade winds were at our back, driving us ever nearer to the Americas. It astounded me to hear from Hoseason and Reich's discussions that in fact we were only between Orkney and Shetland, going north about around Scotland. More than a week went by, in which the Covenant made little headway. Some days she was driven actually back. We were beaten so far south that we tossed and tacked within sight of Cape Wrath, the wild and rocky coast on either hand of it.
There she is! She's struck! Captain! We've run a boat down! What kind of a boat? Man, it's a damned curragh. What is it doing out here?
Throw them a lifeline!
Ah, wouldn't trouble yourselves. They're dead men.
Hey, God, horses. Have you no mercy?
Damned renegades, I reckon.
Help them!
Where's the point in mercy if they're all drowned?
That man's not!
The only survivor was smallish in stature, and as nimble as a goat.
Aye. The pairing of the fog and swell did for us.
His face was sunburnt very dark, and his eyes had a kind of dancing madness in them.
I'm sorely vexed, sir, about your boat. Boy, fill the cups.
I'll need the key.
Aye. Be quick.
There are some pretty men gone to the bottom.
It's a wonder that you survived yourself.
There was a passenger in the stern. The rest were rowing.
Still, few men could catch a rope in such a storm. You were with friends.
You have none such friends in your country.
Rum, sir.
Aye, lad.
You've a French soldier's coat upon your back and a Scotch tongue in your head. And a fine sword to boot.
Aye, it is. And is that a problem for you?
So has many an honest fellow these days. And I dare say none the worse for it.
The key, sir.
So, are you of the honest party?
Why, sir, I am a true blue Protestant and I thank God for it. But I can be sorry to see another man with his back to the wall.
What about you, laddie?
There's importance in what a cabin boy thinks.
Let him speak, no?
My father was a dominie at the Kirk, and loyal to King George. I have no reason to question his judgments.
Well, to be plain with you both, I am one of those gentlemen that were in trouble in the years 45 and 6. If I got into the hands of any of the red-coated gentry, it would go hard with me.
Where were you heading?
France. If you can set me ashore there, I have enough upon me to reward you highly for your trouble.
France? No, sir. That I cannot do.
Not one doit of this money belongs to me, but to my chieftain. I'd be a hound if I bought my own carcass too dear. 60 guineas if you set me on the Linney Loch.
And if I give you over to the soldiers?
You would make a fool's bargain. Play me false, Captain, and I'll play you cunning.
Very well. 60 guineas, and done. Here's my hand upon it.
Captain, there are reefs ahead.
Show me, Mr. Dear. You'll excuse us, sir.
Aye to your business, Captain. Your boy here'll keep me company, and an eye on me.
You do that, David.
You're a Jacobite.
And I knew before I asked, by your long face. You are a Whig.
I'd have thought the long faces would be yours, the defeated party.
You've a spirit about you for such a green loon.
I'd ask you to talk civilly, for I am a Balfour of Shaw's.
Oh, are you now? And I am a Stewart. I bear a king's name. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Balfour of Shaw's.
David.
Alan. The bottle's out, David. Is there another? I'm not a man for much rum, but the sea has froze my bones.
I'll need to request the key.
Call canny, David, lad. I have your back.
We can get the man in talk, one upon each side, and pin him down before he has the time to draw.
He's a pretty enough fellow. I'd rather be armed.
The gentleman is seeking a dram. Will you give me the key?
Captain, it's a chance to get the firearms. You mind I showed you where the pistols are kept, David?
Yes.
Aye, David kens. David's a good lad. You see, David, my man, yon wild Highland man is a danger to the ship, besides being a rank foe to King George.
All their firelocks are in the roundhouse under his nose. If Captain Hosey's and I was to go in and attempt to take them, he would fall to thinking. But a lad like you, David, might snap up a pistol or two without remark.
I'll bear it in mind when we come to Carolina. More, yon man has a belt full of gold. I give you my word that you shall have your fingers in it.
Understand.
We'll make a seaman of you yet, David.
They're gonna kill you.
What are you saying?
They're all murderers. It's a ship full of them. They stole me from a country. They plan to murder me, but you first.
But they haven't got me yet. Nor you.
I'd hoped for better from Mr. Reich. He saved my life. But now I see only to get a better price for me in the slave auction in Carolina.
Seller is all that matters to folk such as them. But there's hope in numbers, even as few as two. Will you stand with me, Davy?
I'm no traitor to the king. But yes, I'll stand by you. They sent me to bring them firearms.
They're here? And have you the key?
I do.
Well, then our hope is increased. Right, strategy. 3 apertures. They could enter by either door or the skylight. You take that door there.
And the one behind you?
Well, so long as that door is open and my face to it, the best part of my enemies will be in front of me, where I wish to find them. Now, let's see the firepower.
In here?
Man, never in all my life have I seen poorer weaponry. We'll take the powder horn, the bullets and the pistols there. I'll take up a position here at the door. Now give heed to me when the game begins. Keep charging the pistols.
You can depend on me.
How many are against us?
There are exactly 15 seamen on the Covenant, including Hoseason and Reich.
Well, that can't be cured. Now mind and didn't fire to this side unless they get me down. I'd rather have 10 foes in front of me than one friend like you cracking pistols at my back.
It's true, I'm no great shot, Mr. Stewart.
That's bravely said.
The door here. Couldn't they break in behind us?
They could. And that is part of your work. Each time you've charged the pistols, you make yourself handy there.
And keep guard of the skylight too.
Yeah, we'll make a bonny fechter of you yet. Now, the greatest part of warfare is patience. We wait and be ready.
And that is how it came to pass that I found myself, at 17 years of age, the son of a poor country dominie in the forest of Ettrick, on the high seas, with gunpowder on my hands, in cahoots with a wild Highland rebel. My chest was tight, my mouth dry. The thought of the numbers that were soon to leap in upon us kept my heart in a flutter. And the sea washing round the brig. I couldn't help but imagine my dead body floating in it by morning.
Our moment has come, David. Pistol and cutlass at the ready. Stand, Captain!
A naked sword and loaded pistol. Strange return for hospitality.
You see this blade? It has slashed the heads off more whigamores than you have toes upon your feet. Call up your vermin to your back, sir, and fall on. The sooner the clash begins, the sooner you'll taste this steel through your vitals.
David! David Balfour! Do you hear me?
I do.
I'll mind this. Take him, lads!
Mr. Balfour of Shores! Let your hand keep your head! The battle is now! Have on! Hey! Keep a civil tongue, gentlemen! King George will be ashamed of ye! Keep the powder dry yet, David! I'll keep them at bay!
My heart beat like a bird's. As for hope, I had none. Only a darkness of despair and a sort of anger against the world that made me long to sell my life as dear as I was able.
Look to your window! They have the yard down!
I had never fired with a pistol in my life, far less against a fellow creature. But it was now or never. I must have hit one of them. Before he had time to recover, I sent another ball over their heads. At my third shot, the whole party threw down the yard and ran for it. The roundhouse was full of the smoke of my own firing, and my ears burst with the noise of the shots. But there was Alan, his sword running blood to the hilt, and so swelled with triumph that he looked to be invincible. Before him on the floor was a sailor, on his hands and knees, blood pouring from his mouth, sinking slowly lower with a terrible white face.
David, have you taken one at all?
I winged one.
Then I've settled two. There's not enough blood left. They'll be back again. To your watch, David, lad. This was but a dram before the meat.
There was nothing to be done but listen and wait. Our enemies were disputing not far off on the deck. Then I heard a man drop softly onto the roof above me. The sea pipe. That was a signal.
I tried to help you. You brigand!
The skylight was smashed, and a man leapt through. Before he got to his feet, I clapped a pistol to his back.
Get him! Get the pistol!
But at the touch of it, my flesh misgave me, and I could no more pull the trigger than I could have flown. He whipped round and laid hold of me.
You're for the watery grave, sonny lad!
No! Get off! No!
When he had me, his cutlass gleaming, either my courage came again, or I grew so afraid as came to the same thing. I shot him in the middle of the body. He gave the most horrible, ugly groan and fell to the floor. Over by Alan, the door was thronged with fevered faces. I thought we were lost, but I took up my cutlass and stood in flank beside my companion.
Good man, David! Alan Breck Stewart is fierce when roused! Get out in the
At every flash, there came the scream of a man hurt. I was still thinking we were lost when lo, Alan was driving them along the deck like a dog chasing sheep. We heard them tumble one upon the other into the forecastle and close the hatch. The roundhouse was a shambles. 2 men had paid the piper. Another lay in his death agony across the threshold. And there were Alan and I, victorious and unhurt.
Come to my arms. David. I love you like a brother. But oh man, am I no a bonny fighter. Right, let's be done with these fellas.
Then he passed his sword clean through each of the wounded and tumbled them out the door. All the while, his eyes were as bright as a child's.
Right, here. Help me. They can breathe their own at sea.
What are our winnings, brother?
What, the 3 you killed, Davy lad, plus the 5 of mine, outright or mortally wounded.
I now think of 4 more that are hurt, at least 1 by my hand.
Bravo, brother. Still, they may be foolish enough to come at us again. I'll take the first watch. Oh, you've done well by me, David. I wouldn't lose you for all of Appin's land.
After 3 hours, Alan roused me and I took my watch, pistol in hand and sword on knee, before the end of which it was broad day.
I have something for you, my friend.
No, you ruin your coat. Without a top button, it won't look so grand.
These are more than buttons, Davy. They were my father's, Duncan Stewart's. I give you one of them now as a keepsake for last night's brave work. Wherever you go, you show that button, and the friends of Alan Breck will come round you.
Gentlemen, David, can we parley?
As I expected. Are you armed, Mr. Riach?
I am not. See for yourself.
Open the door, Davy.
Do you trust them?
I do not.
Good morning, Mr. Riach.
This is a bad job.
It was none of our choosing.
The captain would like to speak with your friend.
And how do we know what treachery he means?
He means none, David. Even if he did, tell me the honest truth. Could we get the men to follow? We all of us need shot of that wild Hielandman.
We talked a whole season.
We have to parley eventually.
Tell the captain to step forward.
Put away your pistols, gentlemen. I give my word, we are for parley.
Captain, last night you gave me your word and your hand to back it. And you came very well the upshot. Your word be damned.
You've made a sore hash of my brig. I haven't enough hands to work her. There is nothing left me, sir, but to put back into the port of Glasgow. There, I am sure you will find some of your own kind.
Aye, I'll have a bonny tale for them. 15 tarry sailors upon the one side and a man and a halfling boy upon the other. Oh man, it's pitiful. No, Glasgow is too dangerous. You set me ashore as we agreed.
Mr. Shewan is dead, by yon boy's hand. There's none of the rest of us acquaint with this coast, and it's a dangerous one to ships.
I give you your choice. Set me on dry ground anywhere but the country of the Campbells. That's a broad target. If you miss that, you must be as feckless a sailor as a fighter.
That would cost money, sir.
60 guineas as I promised, if you set me by the Linney Loch.
It's to risk the brig, sir, and your own lives along with her.
Take it or want it.
Could you pilot us at all?
I'm more of a fighting man than a sailor man, but I have been often enough picked up and set down upon this coast, and ken something of the lie of it.
In other circumstances, I'd see you in a rope's end before I'd risk my brig. But be it as ye will. As soon as I get a slant of wind, I'll put it in hand.
For the rest of the day, we sailed like gentlemen or officers. We had all the wine and small beer and the best of the eatables, pickles and fine breads.
Ah, look you there. The Isle of Canna. And on that side, Eriskay.
So we're faring well for Loch Linney?
I believe so.
I'm confounded by your ease, Alan Breck Stewart. You're a fugitive risking death in your own country.
If the Redcoats got hands on me, it would be a short shrift and a lang tow for Alan.
What brings you back to Scotland? It's a braving of Providence.
Oh, I've been back every year since 46. France is a braw place, but weary for the heather and the deer and my people. And I have things to attend to, recruitment and rents for my chief, Archhill.
I don't understand.
My chieftain is forced to bide now in a French town like a beggar. He who had 400 swords at his whistle. The tenants of Appin have to pay a rent to King George, but their hearts are staunch and they're true to their chief. The poor folk will scrape up a second rent for Archhill. And I'm the hand that carries it.
They pay 2 rents?
Aye, David. They do.
I call it noble. I'm a Whig, but I call it noble.
Aye, you're a Whig, but you're a gentleman. Now, if you were one of the cursed race of Campbell, if you were the Red Fox...
The Red Fox? Who's he?
You see, when the clans were broken at Culloden, Davy, and the good cause went down, the English rogues stripped us of our lands, plucked our weapons, aye, and the very clothes of our backs, so that it's now a sin to wear a tartan plaid. And a man may be cast into jail if he has but a kilt about his legs. And all of it commandeered by a Campbell, red-headed Colin of Glenure.
The Red Fox?
That's the man. In Easteps, the so-called King's Factor on the lands of Appin, there grows not enough heather in Scotland to hide him from my vengeance.
Alan, words of anger will do the Red Fox no harm and yourself no good. If you killed this man tomorrow, what better would you be? There'd be another factor in his shoes.
You're a good lad in a fight, but man, you have Whig blood in you.
I'm wondering how, with the Highlands covered with troops, you come and go without arrest.
Well, it's better than it was in 46. Now that the Highlands are what they call pacified. The heather's a great help. I have fished in a burn with a sentry on the other side of the brae and caught a fine trout. And I've sat in a heather bush within 6 feet of another and learned a real bonny tune from its whistling.
Mr. Stewart, come out and see if you can pilot.
Is this one of your tricks?
I've no time for tricks. My brig's in danger. See that?
Aye, the sea breaking on a reef. So now you know where it is, no?
Aye, if it was the only one. If I had kent of these reefs, it's not 60 guineas, no, nor 600 would have made me risk my brig and sick a stone yard.
It's what they call the Torren Rocks.
Are there many of them?
It sticks in my mind there are 10 miles of them.
There's a way through.
It also runs in my mind that it's clearer close to the land.
Haul on one, Mr. Rake. Well, it's near the end of Mull as we can take her. We're in for it now, and may as well crack on.
The sea to the south, it's thick. It does seem clearer in by the land.
Oh, on, David. This is no the kind of death I fancy.
Alan Breck Stewart, you're not afraid.
You'll allow yourself. It's a cold ending.
Clear water ahead!
And that's a blessing.
Make to windward!
Plain sailing ahead.
Quickly now! All round!
You have saved the brig, sir. I'll mind that when we come to clear accounts.
All round! We're engine close!
I can see them! The rocks!
Make to windward, I say!
Turn her faster, you buckles! And I'll keelhaul y'all!
Faster! Surely!
I went down and drank my fill and then came up and got a blink of the moon and then down again. They say a man sinks a third time for good. I cannot be made like other folk, for I lost count how often I went down and came up again. The whole thing was so distracting to my wits that I was neither sorry nor afraid. I kicked out for all my life until, by some miracle, I got into quiet waters of a sandy bay. Dry land, and I could wade ashore, alive, but in a place more desolate than I'd ever seen. There was no sign of the brig, which must have lifted from the reef and sunk. I stood in the rain and shivered, more dead than alive. Later I discovered the island was called Erid. The time I spent there is still so horrible a thought to me that I must pass it lightly over. I survived for 4 days on limpets, devouring them cold and raw. I never stopped walking from one end of the isle to the other, day and night, searching for a way to escape it. There was no shelter, and the rain never let up. I grew to despise that cold, horrid solitude of that empty island. My clothes rotted. My throat was so sore I could scarce swallow. I had fits of shuddering, and I suffered an endless nausea.
Help! Over here! Help me!
On the 4th day I was rescued by a fisherman, just as I was giving up all hope.
Oh, thank you. Thank God.
Saw you here yesterday.
You saw me. Why didn't you rescue me?
Rescue you? Why didn't you walk off the rock?
Walk?
What kind of a queer creature are you? Erid is a tidal islet. You can walk the mole twice a day over the causeway at low tide.
There are wicked men and fools, and they both get paid in the end, but the fools first. I was freed from the island, but my days of lonely trudging were far from over. I was young, untravelled, and not deeply learned, and thrown into the wild lands and strange people of the north. From one island, I found myself only on a bigger one. Mull it was called, and it was there I finally heard the fate of the Covenant.
The brig that dunched the rocks. I am given to understand that they took a drenching but made dry land.
Was there one dressed like a gentleman?
I believe so. The one that came ashore alone. Oh, he, they say, wore breeches and stockings, while the rest had sailors' trews.
Does this token mean anything to you?
You are the lad with the silver button. Well, then, I have a word for you. You are to follow your friend to his country by Torosay.
If these were the wild Highlanders, I wished my own folk wilder. It was 50 miles to Torosay as the crow flies, nearer 100 with my wanderings. Throughout my days of walking, trudging in rain and shine, through bogs and over rivers, I was shown kindness by people who were clearly in great poverty. Sometimes when I asked the way to Torosay, they would give me a screed of the Gaelic. It was small wonder if I went out of my road as often as I stayed in it. I finally found this Torosay, and from there was instructed to take a ferry to Kinloch Allen. And there I was directed to a man by the name of Neil Roy.
I'm seeking somebody. Alan Breck Stewart.
The man you asked for is in France.
You recognise this button, sir?
Ah. Now, there is a name that you should never take into your mouth, and that is the name of Alan Breck. But if you are the lad with the silver button, I have the word to see that ye come safe.
Are you one of Appin's men?
And what for no? Your route is set out tomorrow. Lie the night in Kinlochalan in the public inn. Cross to Morven the next day and lie the night in the house of John of the Claymore, who is expecting you.
I see.
The day after, sit across one loch at Corran and another at Ballahurish, and then ask your way to Ocharn in Appin.
I will follow the instructions to the letter.
A wee bit counsel before you set out. Speak with no one. Avoid wigs, tam, and redcoats. Leave the road and lie in a bush if you see any such coming.
In other words, conduct myself like a common robber.
Or noble Jacobite. Huh?
I had not dared to believe it at first. It seemed to me dubious in the extreme that anyone could have survived the sinking of the Covenant. But they had. And Alan was alive, if far away. And he had remembered me. My friend had half the Highlands on the lookout for me. The journey across bracken and tracks and lochs was just how it had been planned out for me. Until on the last day I was being rowed from the Linney Loch to Loch Leven.
When we set on land, I'll show you the road to James of the Glens.
And that gentleman is?
The brother of Ard Shiel, a man much looked up to. The captain of the clan of Alan Breck.
I've heard his name. What of him?
Oh, he's here in the wa. A fair heather cat. He might be glowering at the two of us out of yon windbush, and I wouldn't wonder. A bold, desperate customer. His life is forfeit already. It would boggle at nothing.
A true Highlander. I've seen much to admire in them.
Aye, but some are Campbells and agents of King George. Colin Campbell of Glenure is making trouble. Put in his head in a bee's bike, if you ask me.
He's to turn the tenants out by force, I hear.
The first of the tenants are to flit tomorrow.
Will they resist?
Well, they're queer customers, the Appin Stewarts.
As we neared the banks, the mountains on either side were high, rough and barren, gloomy in the shadow of the clouds. It seemed a hard country, this of Appin. My first morning in that broad country, I was resting by the wayside, the midges stinging, and had a long view of the road down which I watched two horsemen approach. Just behind the front rider was a lawyer. I recognised him easy by his black garb and white wig. But the gentleman with him had a tartan jacket on. Once again, my youth and foolishness got the better of me. I know now that tartan to be of the Argyll or Campbell colours. On that morning, I simply saw a Highlander, men I had come to love and trust. He was a great, red-headed gentleman of an imperious and flushed face. Had I spied a moment earlier the platoon of 20 soldiers bringing up their rear, I may have remained hidden.
Pardon me for delaying you, but I have to be at Ocharn.
Here we are on serious business, and a child starts up out of the bracken and speers if we are on the way to Ocharn.
Glenure, it's an ill subject for jesting. And what seek you in Ocharn?
Just, news of a friend, sir.
Well now, in the glen of Ocharn there is only one house of note. Your friend is James Stewart, James of the Glens.
It's James gathering his people.
Perhaps we should convoy this callant and speer for ourselves.
So you may understand, gentlemen, I am neither of his people nor yours, but an honest subject of King George, owing no man and fearing no man.
Well spoken, lad. But if I may make so bold to ask, why would an honest man be so far from his country? And what does he want with a rebel Stuart?
No more than to find my way home to the lowlands, sir.
I am the king's factor with 20 soldiers at my back. Now, if ye had asked me the way to the door of a Stuart on any other day but this, I would have set you right and bidden ye Godspeed. But you have picked troubled times. Ah!
What was that? Glenure?
I'm hit! Damn him! I'm dead. Dead.
Glenure! The shot came from over there. You could still find the assassin. See him! Look! A man in a black coat! There, in the birches above, I see him!
Stand where you are!
It's not too late, follow me!
I said halt! £10 for any soldier that takes that boy. He's an accomplice. He was posted here to hold us in talk.
No! I'm trying to help!
After him, men!
I confess, my heart came in my mouth with a new kind of terror. The soldiers began to spread, some of them to run, and others to put up their pieces to shoot at me. I heard the firelocks bang and the bullets whistle in the birches. Then, just inside the shelter of the trees, I spied a figure, standing there calm, a fishing rod in his hand.
David! Over here! Come on!
Alan?
It was like a vision. My mind finally wrecked by all that had befallen me.
Do as I do, David. For your life.
In Kidnapped by Robert Louis Stevenson, dramatised by Chris Dolan, David Balfour was played by Owen Whitelaw, Alan Breck by Michael Nardoni, Ebenezer, David Heyman, Hoseason, Lewis Howden, Rioch, Gavin Mitchell, Glenure, Sean Scanlon, Lawyer, Kenny Blythe, and The Landlord by Alan McHugh. Other parts were played by the cast. Kidnapped is a BBC Scotland production directed in Glasgow by Bruce Young. Kidnapped by Robert Louis Stevenson, dramatised in 2 parts by Chris Dolan. Episode 2.
Well, yon was a hot burst.
Is it safe to rest?
Aye. We'll be fine lying in the heather.
I had just seen a gentleman, Colin Campbell of Glenure, struck out of life. Murder done upon the man Alan Breck Stewart hated. And here was I, with Alan, skulking in the trees and running from the troops. Whether his was the hand that fired or the head that ordered was of little significance. My only friend in that wild country was blood guilty in the first degree. I held him in horror.
Are you still wearied, Davy?
You and I must part. I like you very well, Alan, but your ways are not mine, and they're not God's.
I'll only part company with you, David, without some reason for it. If you ken anything against my reputation for old acquaintance' sake, let me hear it.
Alan, what's the sense in this? You know very well yon Campbell man lies in his blood on the road.
I'll tell you first of all, Mr. Balfour of Shaws. If I were going to kill a man, it would not be in my own country and bring trouble on my clan. And I would not go wanting sword and gun, and with a long fishing rod upon my back. I swear, my friend, I had nothing to do with this.
Will you stand, Alan, and give me your hand?
Maybe. But you cast suspicion on me, Davy.
You can't blame me after what you told me in the brig. You singled that very man out and said directly you would murder him if you saw the chance. But I know you would not lie to me.
I'll no take your hand, sir. But I'll embrace you like a brother.
So, who was the man that did it? Did you see him, the man in the black coat?
Black, you say? It sticks in my head that it was blue.
Blue or black? Did you know him?
I couldn't conscientiously swear I do.
Did you know him or not, Alan?
I've a grand memory for forgetting, David. Right, we're safe to walk a while. Keep into the trees.
There's one thing I saw clearly. You let yourself be seen to draw the soldiers.
Well, wouldn't any gentleman?
To my way of thinking, your morals, Alan, are all tail first. But you're ready to give your life for them.
Your Whig way of thinking. Whatever. We must flee this country. They'll search the whole of Appin for us both. For my part, for being a Jacobite. For yours, because they believe you're involved in the murder of Glenure.
I have no fear of the justice of my country.
As if this was your country. It's the country of the Stuarts.
It's all Scotland.
Man, a whiles wonder at ye. A Campbell has been killed, Davy. It'll be tried in Inverera with Campbell's in the jury box, and the biggest Campbell of all, the Duke of Argyll, sitting on the bench. Justice. The same justice as Glenure found a while ago at the roadside. We're in the Highlands, Davy. And when I tell you to run, you take my word and run. It's a hard thing to skulk and starve in the heather, but it's harder yet to lie shackled in a red coat prison.
Where do we run?
The Lowlands.
My country. I've an itching to see my uncle again. A little matter of trying to sell me as a slave in the Americas, when I'm the true Balfour of Shaws.
It's no small thing, traversing to the Lowlands. You maun lie bare and hard, and brook many an empty belly. Your bed shall be the moorcocks, and your life shall be like the hunted deers. It's a life I ken well. Either take to the heather with me, or else hang.
That's a choice very easily made, my friend.
And now, let's take another peek at those redcoats.
There they are, up and down every hillside.
You and me, David, can sit down, take a bite, and a dram. Then we'll strike for Aucharn. I must get my arms, money to carry us along. And then we'll cry, "Forth, fortune!" Take a cast among the heather.
We made our way to Aucharn, under the cloak of darkness. Over mountainsides, down valleys, I followed Alan blindly. While it was yet night, we came to the top of a brae. There were torches moving below that stopped at Alan's whistle. On the third, they recognised the sign, and they came towards us, headed by a handsome man of more than 50 years.
Alan. James Stewart. I will ask you to speak in Scotch, for here is a young gentleman with me that is nane of the other. A young gentleman of the Lowlands, and a laird in his country too. But I am thinking it will be the better for his health if we give his name the go-by.
The lad with the silver button.
Good morning to you, sir.
This is a dreadful accident. It will bring trouble in the country.
God, man, you must take the sour with a sweet. Colin Roy is dead. Be thankful for that.
And by my troth, I wish he was alive again. Now the deed is done, Alan. Who's to bear the blame of it? The killing was done in Appin, and it's Appin that must pay. And I'm a man that has family. You're going to need weapons. We've a pistol or two to spare.
Better than we had on the Covenant, eh, Davy?
You have your father's sword still, Alan. Here's ane of mine for you, lad.
I've never used one.
Take it. I'll teach you along the way.
You'll need to eat. I've looked out some oatmeal and a pan to cook with and a bottle of right French brandy.
Thank you, ma'am.
We'll be needing siller. I've paid our Sheila's rents and have but 17 pennies left of my whole fortune.
I have a couple of guineas left.
No, that won't see us far.
This is all we have. 3 shillings and a halfpenny.
Thank you. Well, you're a Stuart through and through, Ishbel.
And now, you must be on the move. If they find you, Alan, and blame ye, then it'll fall on us, since we harboured ye. I have no choice, Alan. I'll have to paper ye.
What does that mean?
James will have to offer a reward for our capture.
It's a sore thing to do between sick close friends.
Aye, but it'd be painful too if I was to hang.
So, you need to be clear o' Appin. Mayor, clear o' Scotland. And I'll have to paper your friend from the Lowlands.
Me?
This is unco hard on the lad.
Look things in the face, man. The Campbells have seen him.
But they do not know my name.
And what of it? They ken your habit and your face. They think you were in league with a murderer.
Then I say this. The plain common sense is to set the blame where it belongs, and that is on the man who fired the shot. Paper him, as you call it, and let honest, innocent folk show their faces in safety.
Have you gone mad?
He's a Lowlander, James, and a Whig. He understands nothing of the Highlands.
Very well, then. Paper me, as you call it. Paper Alan. Paper King George. We're all 3 innocent, and that seems to be what's wanted.
James has no choice, Davy. Daylight is upon us. Oh, there'll be a terrible to-do in Appin. A fine riding of dragoons, crying of cruachan, running of redcoats. It behoves you and me to the sooner be gone.
Sometimes we walked, sometimes we ran, we seldom stopped. Where we were or in which direction we traversed, I have little notion. We slept soundly from exhaustion in the bracken near running water. With the first peep of morning, I saw where we had landed.
What is this place?
Glencoe.
Where the massacre was.
This is no place for you and me. A place they're bound to watch. We need to cross that waterfall.
Cross it? How?
Jump over.
God, Alan, I can't.
Here. A sip of brandy. Then follow me. 1, 3.
I can't.
You see? Easy.
I can't, I'm afraid.
At the count of 3, Davy. 1. Come on, Davy. 2. What choice have ye? 3. Well done, Davy, lad.
I'm slipping. Help me.
No, well, I've got you. I've got you. Clamber up.
I'm slipping.
You're fine. Climb.
I'm near dying.
Oh, you're no very gleg at the jumping.
I am not.
Small blame to you. To be afraid of a thing and still to do it. It's what makes the prettiest kind of man.
I knew, of course, that the highlands of my country are mountainous, but never did I suspect they lived up so truly to their name. We were high, then we were low, then higher again than I thought possible. For sustenance, we made do generally with drammach, not but oatmeal mingled with cold stream water, but it makes a good enough dish for a hungry man. We set up yet another steep slope, along ridges, so that it seemed to me we were walking on clouds. Alan taught me how to guddle for trout. The pair of us stripped and groping about in the water till we caught one. Sometimes we skirted so close to the redcoats that we could hear them speak from over a hillock or a dry-stained dike. Their English speech astonished me. I barely understood it, and indeed have never yet grown used to it, as perhaps a very critical eye might spy out in these very memoirs. We slept in caves, heather bushes, under stars and in the cold.
We're safe a while. This is a good spot. Draw your sword, David Balfour shows.
Do what?
I'll learn you.
God, Alan, am I not wearied enough with the walking and climbing and swimming and running?
And you'll be wearier yet. Take up your blade. Position yourself like I do. Right.
Look, tack tent, man. I'm no skilled.
There's one fashion of learning in my experience. Defending yourself. Come on, David. Get your feet like mine.
Right.
Right in front, left behind. Okay, I'm coming for your heat. Get that guard up. We'll have hot porridge tonight, Davy, to help set our minds.
To what?
Well, this is how we stand. South, it's all Campbells. And north, well, there's no muckle to be gained ganging north. Neither for you that wants to get to Queensferry, nor yet me that wants to get to France.
Alan, do not take me wrong. Wouldn't it be safer if we parted company?
Oh, you tired of my company, Mr. Balfour?
No.
You're a pretty lad, Davy. But you wouldn't endure a day, let alone a night, without me.
Then east.
Ah, well, east, you see, it's mere pitch and toss out on yon bald, naked place. Redcoats can spy you a mile away.
Then what? With little money and low on meal. It's all a risk. And I give my word to go ahead until I drop.
There are whiles when you're altogether too whiggish for a gentleman like me, but other whiles you show a metal spark, and it's in, David. I love you like a brother.
Then came the night of my weakness. It was my turn to take watch. We had no clock to go by. Alan had stuck a sprig of heath in the ground to serve instead. I fell asleep, woke, and looked at that stick of heath.
Oh no.
I could have cried aloud, for I saw by its shadow but I had betrayed my trust. Sure enough, a body of horse soldiers had drawn close to us, and were drawing nearer.
Alan! Aye. Is it time to step on?
Shh! It's my fault. Come see.
Troth. Redcoats.
I'm sorry. What are we to do?
Play at being hares. You see Ben Alder? Let us strike for that. It's a wild mountain full of hollows. If we can win it before the sun rises any higher.
But that'll take us across the very coming of the soldiers.
I ken that. But if we're driven back to Appin, we're twa dead men. So now, Davy man, be brisk.
We'll never make it.
The moment he was out in the open, Alan fell to his hands and knees and scrambled with an incredible quickness, as though it were his natural way of going. I tried to do the same. It's an employ that brings an overmastering weariness. The half-troop had not spied us yet. They were spread out over about 2 miles of ground, and beating it mightily as they went.
Over there. Then down round that hammock.
If I can.
That's them. Cried off for the night.
Oh, we made it. Alan, am I a danger to you? You'd be justified to think you'd be safer on your own.
Troth, Davy. We've travelled hard and far. It was just as like I slept through a watch. We'll say no more about it. Onwards, brother.
But now?
Well, there shall be no rest tonight.
But Alan!
These dragoons of yours will keep to the crown of the moorland. We got through in the nick of time. Shall we jeopard what we've gained?
It's not for the want of will. If I could, I would. But sure as I am alive, I cannot.
I'll carry you.
Lead away. I'll follow.
Aye, we'll make a healing man of you yet. Hey, Johnny Cope, are you walking yet?
You
Are your
Jacobites
thumbs
by
beaten
name.
yet?
At the time, I smiled at Alan's offer to carry me. He was near a foot shorter than me. All the same, there may have been some sense in it. My weariness did not leave me. Indeed, I began to sicken, though I was loath to tell my companion in arms of my condition. So I was relieved that we had reached the reside of a co-conspirator of Alan's.
Smish Alan Breck Stewart.
Long G. Betches and Taishaw Harwich.
His name was Clooney Macpherson, chief of Clan Vurach, one of the leaders of the Great Rebellion 6 years before. Never in all my life had I seen such a strange dwelling, and never will again. I thought at first my sickness was making me see things, but there it was, Clooney's cage. The trunks of several trees had been wattled across, strengthened through the latitude with stakes. A rowan tree growing out from the hillside was the living centre beam. The whole leaned on the steep hillside thicket like a wasp's nest in a green hawthorn.
Come along. Bring in your friend that as yet I didn't ken the name of.
The Laird of Shaws, Mr. David Balfour.
I'm proud to acquaint you, sir, and apologise for my ignorance of your tongue and for my state. Alan, I'm sore fatigued. May I sit?
If this abode is grand enough for a certain king, whose name your travelling companion bears, then I troth it be good enough for a laird. Lie you down in yon hammock, the very one that King Charlie himself slept snug. But first, you'll need to eat. That's the cause of your complaint, I dinna doubt. Or a beer, Garhoyen.
Clooney had assembled around him a band of rough Highland fighters who obeyed his every order, despite the coarse and haughty manner with which he spoke to them. The collops he served looked fine and hearty, but I did not have the strength to raise more than a spoonful or two to my lips.
To the Restoration.
To the king. To the king across the sea.
I took to my bed as soon as I was able. I cannot tell you whether I slept or daydreamed. Whatever illness was upon me robbed me of any sense of passing time.
Do you like the carts, Alan Breck?
Oh, I've been known to win a hand or two.
They're a fine way of passing the long nights for fugitives like us, marooned out in the hills.
Mr. Balfour, will you rise from your cot and join us at the table?
I have neither the vigour nor the will, if I'm to be honest with you, sir. My father taught me playing cards was not a Christian or gentlemanly pursuit.
What kind of Whiggish canting talk is this for the house of Clooney Macpherson?
Ah, now, Clooney. I would put my hand in the fire for David Balfour. He's an honest and mettle gentleman.
In this poor house of mine, any man may follow his pleasure.
Right. Set the cards out for two.
Play. Play.
It seemed to me that the two Highlanders played at their cards for days on end, though perhaps it was the course of a single night. I have a mind that I woke from time to time and saw them bent over the table hard at work with their cards. And I saw, it seemed a vision, a great glittering pile of golden guineas between them. It seemed too that Alan was having the best of it. But still I thought it deep water for my friend to be riding. And, as I was soon to learn, fortune turned against him.
Davy, lad.
I woke in a sweat, Alan's face close to my own, the flame of the fire burning in his eyes.
Lend me your money.
What for?
Hat, David. You wouldn't grudge me a loan.
Take it. My coat there. I need to sleep.
Enough now, man. We'll break our fast.
One more. One more hand. Dodman, deal. One.
Whether it was the second or the third day since I'd laid my bones down, I do not know. But finally I awoke with a great relief of spirits, still weak and weary, but seeing things with their everyday honest appearance. How long have I slept?
We're done here. Have you the strength to go, David?
I don't know if I'm as well as I should be. I'll be better after we've taken the road and I've breathed some air.
Aye. We'll proceed now. But we have a new difficulty.
What is it?
We have no money. I've lost it. There's the truth of it.
My money too?
Your money too. You shouldn't have given it to me. I'm daft when I get to the cards.
Alan, that money was to carry us a long way. You lost it all to Clooney.
Chut.
It was all doffing. You'll have your money back. It would be a singular thing for me to keep it.
Alan? Will you step to the door with me, Mr. Clooney? First, sir, I must acknowledge your generosity.
What generosity? What would you have me do, boxed up in this cage? Carts are entertainment when a friend passes by, and if they lose, well, it's not to be supposed that I would take their money.
So if they lose, you give them back their money, and if they win, they carry yours away in their pouches. I am a young man. I ask your advice like I were your own son. My friend lost my money fairly. Can I accept it back again? Would that be the right part for me to play? You can see it is hard upon a man of any pride.
And now you're making it hard on me.
You denounced me earlier, sir, for my refusal to play, but now you see, there is something to be said upon my side. This gambling is a very poor employ.
Mr. Balfour, I think you are too nice and covenanting. But for all that, you have the spirit of a very pretty gentleman. My advice, you may take this money. That is what I would tell my son. And here's my hand along with it.
You would like to know our route? We're on Loch Rannoch now. Bonnie, no?
If you tire of rowing, I'll take my turn.
Have you ever rowed a boat before, Davy?
It doesn't look a particularly troublesome task.
Once you get the gist of it. We'll lay Clooney's skiff off at the head of the loch. And then we'll make our way through Glenlyon and Glenlochy. What think you, Davy? And then, from Glendochart, come down into the lowlands by Kippen. Not that it's the prettiest of routes for me. We're heading straight for Glenorchy Campbell's. My blood foes. What was that, Davy? Didn't he hear you? Eh? Davy. David. Have it your own way.
For long, we said nothing, marching alongside or behind one another, each with a set countenance. I, angry and proud, and drawing strength from those two violent and sinful feelings. Alan, angry and ashamed. Ashamed that he had gambled my money, and angry that I should take it so ill.
David! This is no way for two friends to take a small accident. I have to say that I'm sorry. So that's said. Now if you have anything, you'd better say it.
No, I have nothing.
Even when I admit I am to blame.
Oh, why, of course you are to blame. And you will bear me out that I have not reproached you.
No, but you've done worse. Are we to part, David Balfour? You recommended it once before. I'm not so keen to bite where I'm not wanted.
Alan Breck, it's true. I fell asleep upon the muir and put us in danger. It was from weariness. You do wrong to cast it up to me.
Which is what I never did.
I have never yet failed a friend knowingly, and it's not likely I'll start with you. There are things between us I can never forget, even if you can.
I will only say this to you, David. I have long been owing you my life, and now I owe you money. You should try and make that burden light for me.
I never named the thing until you did. You should think more of others, Alan Breck Stewart, and speak less about yourself. And when a friend who likes you very well has passed over an offence without a word, you would be blithe to let it lie.
We'll say nae mair.
In my own defence, I can only say that I was not fully recuperated from whatever it was that ailed me at Clooney's and before. I draw too on my youth. I was but a lad, weeks out of his home, just 17 years. We traversed for the best part of 3 nights and 3 days on eerie mountains, often buried in mist, blown and rained upon, and not once cheered by any glimpse of sunshine. A fire was never to be thought of. I was never warm, and my teeth chattered. I began to understand the story of the water kelpie, that demon of the streams who wails and roars all night for the coming of the doomed traveller.
Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum.
I saw that Alan felt the superstition too, for I was shocked to see him cross himself in the manner of the Catholics. During all these horrible wanderings, we had no familiarity. The truth is, I was sickening for my grave. I was, I saw, of an unforgiving disposition all my life. Slow to take offence, slower to forget it. I was nursing my anger, and that only added to my exhaustion.
You'd better let me take your pack.
I do very well, thank you.
I'll no offer it again. I'm not a patient man, David.
I never said you were.
Come on, Wiggy boy, jump! I mind you're no very gleg at the jumping, but this is just a wee burnie. Up, my Wiggy laddie!
And thank you for your encouragement, sir. Mr. Stewart, you are older than I am, and you should know your manners. You think it wise and witty to cast my politics in my teeth.
Hey, Johnny Cole, are you walking yet? And are your drums a beating yet?
Why do you insist on singing a rebel anthem, sir, now that your Jacobites and your failed leader have been roundly defeated twice?
David, you shall henceforth speak civilly of my king and my people. I'm a Stuart.
Oh, I ken fine you bear a king's name. Well, since I have been in the Highlands, sir, I have seen many who bear that name, and I can say this: they would be none the worse of a washing.
You affront me further.
Oh, and I am not done. Both Whigs and Campbells have beaten you. You have run before them like a hare. It behoves you to speak of them as your betters.
Well, this is a pity. There are things said that cannot be passed over.
I am as ready as you.
Ready?
I am no blower and boaster like some I could name. Come on, fall to.
David, are you daft? I cannot draw upon ye. It's fair murder.
How was your lookout when you insulted me?
It's the bare truth, laddie. You're not even standing right, like a torchy.
Come at me!
Nah. Nah. I can't.
Alan, forgive me. If you not kill me, then let me alone to die.
Man, oh man, Davy, lad.
It's true. I'm by with it. I'm finished.
Can you walk?
No. These last hours my legs have been fainting under me. I can't breathe right. If I die, you'll forgive me, Alan. In my heart, you ken I loved you fine, even when I was angriest.
Wheesht, man, wheesht. Then I say that. Don't, David, you ken how I feel. Let me get my arm about you. That's the way. Now, lean upon me heart.
I'll try.
Do you gang easier so, Davy?
Aye. I can be going this way.
Davy, I'm no a right man at all. I've neither sense nor kindness. You're just a bairn. Couldn't see you were dying on your feet. Oh, Davy, you'll have to try and forgive me.
Well, neither one of us to mend the other, Alan.
A house. What you need's a proper house. A roof over your head. Out of this deluge. Warm food.
Oh, it's too dangerous.
I'll keep you safe. I have friends, not so far away. I'm a poor man. Will you no be better on my back?
Oh, I'm near 12 inches taller.
You're no such thing. Maybe a matter of an inch or two. I'm not saying I'm just exactly what you would call a tall man.
You're tall enough, Alan.
Well, now I come to think of it, I dare say you'll be just about right. Aye, it'll be a foot between us. Maybe even more.
Alan, what makes you so good to me? What makes you care for such a thankless fellow?
Indeed, I didn't ken. For just precisely what I thought I liked about you was, you never quarrel. And now that you have, I like you better.
Alan all but carried me for I don't know how many miles, through rain and fog and mud. I have little memory of arriving, only truly of the moment I was laid in a warm, comfortable bed with blankets and a pillow. I learned later that I was in the house of Duncan Dhu MacLaren, where Alan Breck and, by extension, myself were welcome. I have a faint recall of a doctor being fetched, and who found me in a sorry plight. I lay in that bed for nigh on a month, July well into August. For his part, Alan had to hide in the woods, as vulnerable as ever to the rain and wind and biting midges. Yet he refused to continue his escape, though his life was at peril. He visited me every day against all advice. Also astonishing was that no magistrate came for either of us. My presence was known to all in Balquhidda. There were visitors aplenty in Duncan Dhu's house. Other folk keep a secret among 2 or 3 near friends, and still it leaks out in a flash. But among these clansmen, it is told to the whole country, and they keep it for a century.
Come in, Alan.
Look ye here, Davy. The bill they've posted all over the Highlands looking for us.
Man, 'tis strange. Like looking in a mirror.
Aye, and see how I'm advertised. A small, Didn't you laugh now, Davy? A small, active man of 35 or thereby, dressed in a feathered hat,
Aye.
a French side coat, of blue with silver buttons, and lace a great deal tarnished. A red waistcoat and breeches of black shag.
And I, a tall, strong lad of about 18, wearing an old blue coat, very ragged, an old Highland bonnet, a long homespun waistcoat, blue breeches, legs bare, low country shoes, what in the toes? Speaks like a lowlander and has no beard.
No, so tall. Well, you'll leave here looking a different fella. Duncan do his clothes put by for you.
And you should change yours too, Alan, for your safety.
Ah, troth. A fine sight I would be, if I went back to France in an old bonnet and a hodded shirt.
Have you music, Alan Breck, as folks say?
Aye, I can blow you a ditty, Duncan do.
Oh, you're a bonny gentleman, right enough. Bring Mr. Stewart the pipes.
On one of my last nights at Duncan Dhu McLaren's, I was well rested and was sat up by the fire as if at a ceilidh with a glass of small beer. And I discovered that my friend truly did possess a talent I had mean-spiritedly thought him only to have invented.
I can do you McCrimmon.
To this day, I can still hear the sad beauty of Alan Breck Stewart's pipes playing that evening.
Once more, we two pretty gentlemen tack to the road.
We started out again in beautiful warm weather, which stayed with us. There was every sign of an early and great harvest.
It's a chief principle in military affairs, to go where you're least expected. Wherever forth is our trouble. You ken the saying, Davy, the fourth bridles the wild Hielandman. If we seek to creep round its head and come down by Kippen or Balfron, well, it's just precisely there they'll be looking to lay hands on us.
Kippen, Balfron, these are names I know.
Oh, you're in your own land again, Davy. For we've just passed the Hieland line, and if we cross the Forth, we might cast our bonnets in the air. To that end, if we stave on straight to the old brig of Stirling, I'll lay my sword will pass unchallenged.
Lead on, my friend.
We walked over Bonnylow hills and through meadows. We lay to sleep in the heather bush within view of a herd of deer. The happiest awakening, breathing in sunshine and on bone-dry ground that I have ever tasted. We struck Allen Water and looked down over the Carse of Stirling, the town and castle in the midst of it. At last we came to the Bridge of Stirling, the very door of our salvation. I almost ran across with a shout, but Alan held me back.
Wait.
What?
All right, George, son. My watch.
This'll never do. This'll never do for us.
So what now?
We'll have to see what we can do further downstream.
There are fords on the river, but none on the Firth, Alan.
And a bridge forby, and of what service when they're watched?
A river can be swum.
Well, neither you nor me has much of a hand at that exercise. There's such a thing as a boat.
And there's such a thing as money. We have neither ane or the other.
David, you're a man of small invention and less faith. Let me set my wits on it. See if I can beg, borrow, nor yet steal a boat. Let Alan Breck think for ye. Put your arm around me.
For why?
We're going to the small chain shop there in Limekilns.
We've little money.
We'll buy Nathan. Like I tell ye, let me do the thinking. Now, put your arms around me, like you were on your last legs. That's it. Well, come on, put your heart into it, man. Once you're looking bleary on the death's doorstep.
Like this?
Yeah, come on. It's no laughing matter. Let's go. Help us, lassie. A tass of brandy to revive him.
What's wrong with him?
Wrong? He's walked more hundreds of miles than he has hairs on his chin, sleeping only in wet heather.
He's young for the like of that.
Our young. Brandy, please.
He'd be better riding.
And where could I get a horse to him? Would you have me steal? Drink, son. Here.
Thank you. And thank you, miss.
Has he nae friends?
Well, that he has so. If we could win to them. Rich friends. A bed to lie in, food to eat, and a doctor to see to him.
Then, why don't you go there?
They're all across the water there. I cannae we'll safely say, but I'll whistle you a tune.
Wheesht! Jacobites! And him so young. Poor lamb. Oh, dinna worry. I will nae betray yous.
I can see you're not that kind. But could you help?
No, I couldn't.
If we had the use of a boat to pass under the cloud of night into Lothian.
Aye, but no.
Shall he go wanting, lassie? Are you to lie in your warm bed and think upon us when the wind growls in the chimney and the rain turls on your roof? Are you to eat your meat by the fire and think upon this poor sick lad, blue wi' cold and hunger, with a death grapple in his throat?
Oh, Lord, stop.
Did you ever hear, miss, of Mr. Rankeeler of the ferry?
Rankeeler the lawyer?
It's to his door I'm bound.
Rankeeler's a Kent man.
So you may judge by that if I'm an ill-doer. I tell you, miss, though I am by some dreadful errors in peril of my life, King George has no truer friend in all Scotland than myself.
Aye, listen, will you help us, lassie?
Aye. I'll find some means to put you over.
You came to rescue us yourself, miss?
I thought it best to trust nobody.
I could tell you were a wise lass.
Not even your sweetheart?
And who says I have one? You're looking a wee bitty better, young sir.
Oh, only because of the hope you have given me.
As soon as my father was asleep, I stole our neighbour's boat.
Bold and wise.
We cannot thank you enough.
You can, by holding your wheesht. It was you yourselves said there are guards about.
So here you are, across the Forth.
Then it is time to throw our bonnets. Or rather, I'll throw mine. You may propel your fine French hat, threadbare though it be.
Well, then let's do it.
God save the king!
Across the sea! Now you, my friend, must make haste to see your man Rankeeler and reclaim your fortune.
Now that I'm within sight, I think that may prove more difficult than I had thought. You'll come with me, Alan?
What? Be arrested and hanged? As will you be if you're seen with me. I shall hide out of Queensferry. Just here is braw. When you've resolved your business, I'm sure happily, come back for me. Whistle.
I'll see you soon, Alan Breck Stewart.
Aye.
What will be, will be.
Dee immortalis. I open my door and there's a ragged laddie.
Forgive me and my appearance. I'm looking for a Mr. Rankeeler.
By a rather singular chance, or perhaps not, as this is my house, I am that very man.
Then, sir, may I beg the favour of an interview?
I do not know your name, nor yet your face, though I have the smallest of inklings.
My name is David Balfour.
My inklings are as trustworthy as ever. And where have you come from, Mr. David Balfour?
From a great many strange places, sir.
Nec gemino bellum Trojanum orditur ab ovo. Do you understand that?
I will do as Horace says, sir, and be as brief as I can. I have reason to believe myself some rights on the estate of Shaws.
Oh, do you know? Where and when were you born?
In Essendine, the year 1733, the 12th of March.
Your father and mother?
My father was Alexander Balfour, schoolmaster, and my mother was Grace Petterow.
Have you any papers proving your identity?
No, sir. They are in the hands of Mr. Campbell, the minister at Essendine. For that matter, I don't think my uncle would deny me.
Mr. Ebenezer Balfour?
The same.
Did you ever meet a man of the name of Hoseason?
I did, sir, for my sins. I was on my way to this very house when I was trepanned on board his brig, a plan devised by my uncle and executed by Hoseason. I was struck down, thrown below, and was destined for the plantations, a fate that I escaped by being shipwrecked.
Where?
Off the Isle of Mull.
Well, so far I may tell you this agrees pretty exactly with other informations that I hold. The Covenant was lost on June the 27th, and we're now at August the 24th. That is a considerable hiatus, Mr. Balfour.
Before I tell all my story, I would be glad to know that I was talking to a friend.
Fui non sum. You are thinking I am your uncle's man of business. But while you, imberbus juvenis custode remoto, were gallivanting in the west, a good deal of water has run under the bridges. On the very day of your sea disaster, your Mr. Campbell stalked into my office, demanding to know of your whereabouts. Mr. Ebenezer admitted having seen you. He declared, indeed, though it seemed to me improbable, that he had given you considerable sums, and that you had started for Europe, intending to fulfill your education. Some weeks later comes Captain Hoseason with the story of your drowning. Mr. Balfour, you can judge for yourself to what extent I may be trusted.
Thank you for your confidence, Mr. Rankeeler. Sir, if I tell you my story, I must commit a friend's life to your discretion.
I would name no unnecessary names, Mr. Balfour. Above all of Highlanders. A certain name has rung through Scotland of late with the news of the Appin murder of Colin Roy of Glenew.
Oh, I swear that my friend Alan's...
Let us call your friend, if you please, Mr. Thompson.
Oh.
A man I have an inkling will prove an embarrassment. But I have no doubt that you have your reasons to adhere to him.
I told Mr. Rankeeler my entire story. The lawyer was kind enough, once I had ended, to allow me to wash and to find clothes of his son's to replace my tattered rags. And then I sat at my first proper dinner table since I had left home, what now seemed a lifetime ago.
You will be wondering, no doubt, about your father and your uncle. To be sure, there's a singular tale. A love affair, no less.
A what? My Uncle Ebenezer?
Your uncle, Mr. David, was not always old. And, what may surprise you, not always ugly. Ebenezer had a spirit of his own that seemed to promise great things in the future. In 1715, what did he do but run away and join the rebels? Thankfully, your father pursued him and brought him back. However, Maiora Canamus, the two lads fell in love, and with the same lady.
Good Lord.
Ebenezer was the spoiled one, and was sure of his victory. When he found he had lost out to his older brother, he screamed like a peacock. He rode from public house to public house and shouted his sorrows into the lug of any Tom, Dick and Harry. Your father, Mr. David, was a kind gentleman. Too kind. For one day he resigned the lady. She was no such fool, however. It's from her you must inherit your good sense.
We are talking here about my mother.
Your father and uncle came to a bargain. One man took the lady, the other the estate. An arrangement that has brought forth a monstrous family of injustices. Your father and mother lived and died poor folk, and you were reared in poverty.
Well, my uncle stole the entire estate.
Ah, but what a time for Mr. Ebenezer. Those who knew the truth gave him the cold shoulder. Those who knew it not, seeing one brother disappear and the other succeed in the estate, raised a cry of murder. Money was all he got by his bargain.
And in all this, what is my position?
The estate is yours, beyond a doubt. It matters nothing what your father signed. You are the heir of entail. But your uncle is a man to fight the indefensible. A lawsuit is expensive, David. And if any of your doings with your friend, Mr. Thompson, were to come out, we might find that we had burned our fingers. The kidnapping, to be sure, would be a court card upon our side. If we could have a confession of it.
Perhaps I have learnt at my friend Mr. Thompson's side, for I have the beginnings of a plan.
I've asked Alan, Mr. Thompson, to meet us outside my uncle's. There he is. Over here.
It's a truckle to your shaws, Davy, lad.
This is Mr. Rankeeler.
I've heard all about you, sir.
Mr. Thompson, I'm pleased to meet you. I'm afraid I have forgotten my glasses, and I'm a little better than blind, so that you must not be surprised if I pass you by tomorrow.
Aye, Davy told me about you and your lawyer's wiles. You do not know me, sir.
And I thank you heartily for your continued assistance to Mr. Balfour here. Et obimus, gentlemen?
Mr. Rankeeler and I shall watch from precisely this point. You ready to join battle with Ebenezer, Alan?
Fourth fortune.
This is nae kind of time of night for decent folk. Where are you? And what brings you here? I've a blunderbuss.
Is that yourself, Mr. Balfour? My business concerns David Balfour.
I'd better let you in.
Ah, but would I enter? I will tell you what I'm thinking. It is here upon this doorstep that we must confer upon this business.
David, you say? Well, what must. Mind, I have my blunderbuss. A step nearer, you're as good as deed.
A very civil speech.
Aye, well, as is no a very chanty kind of a proceeding.
Where are you?
My name is no business in my story. The Highland country of my friends is not very far from the Isle of Mull, of which you will have heard.
Aye. Hurry up.
There was a ship lost in those parts, and the next day a gentleman of my acquaintance came upon a lad that was half drowned.
Half drowned, you say?
Aye. He brought him to, and he clapped him in an old ruined castle, where from that day to this he has been a great expense to my friends. These friends discovered that the lad was your born nephew, Mr. Balfour. They asked me to give you a call and confer upon the matter.
A strange tale, but I'm no very interested in it. He wasn't a good lad to the best of it. I'll pay nae ransom if that's what your friends are after.
Oh, feared it might come to this. You didn't want the lad back. Well, what do you want done with him, and how much will you pay?
Pay?
Oh, come, sir. Either give me an answer, or by the top of Glencoe I will ram 3 feet of iron through your vitals.
Tut! Give me a minute. I'm just a plain man and nae dancing master. Yon wild talk, it's fair disreputable. Vitals, says you. And what about my blunderbuss?
Oh, before your jottering finger could find the trigger, my hilt would dirl on your breastbane. Do you want the lad killed or kept?
Killed, you say? Oh, that's nae kind of language.
Killed or kept?
Keep it. We'll have nae bloodshed.
Good. As you please. But that'll be the dearer.
Dearer?
Well, killing's easier and quicker and surer, but if you want a price, I would first have to ken what you gave ho season.
Ho season? What for?
For kidnapping David.
Oh, it's a lee. It's a black lee. Did ho season tell you?
I know ho season. You drove a fool's bargain when you let that sailor man so far forward in your private matters.
Well, the solemn God's truth is this. I gave the captain £20, but that was to have the selling of the lad in Carolina.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. That will do excellently well.
Rankeeler.
Good evening, Uncle.
Davy.
That's a braw nicht, for a family reunion.
With the confession recorded, an agreement was easy made. I was to be provided with 2/3 of the Balfour estate income for so long as my uncle should live. Thereafter, Shaw's would revert entirely to me. We all of us slept the remainder of the night at what would be eventually my new home. In the morning, Alan and I returned to Edinburgh, where we bid farewell and thanks to Mr. Rankeeler. I then had to present myself at the bank to undertake the necessary paperwork, and where I financed passage for one on a boat for France. That business concluded, Alan and I made our way to the port where soon we would have to part company.
Come on then, Mr. Balfour of Shaws. Let's see if being landed gentry makes you any better effect.
Nah, I didn't like to take advantage of sick a wee man.
Oh, the bairn's toughened up when it's too late. And all our adventures over.
We had some times, Alan, didn't we?
And some close scrapes.
Fighting off a whole crew of tarry sailors.
Half the redcoats of Scotland.
Risking our necks every day.
There are worse things in the world than to be hanged.
Not so many.
Our last walk together, after so many hills and mountains and riverbanks and dangers. Though we tried, neither of us had much heart to talk. The same thought was uppermost in both, that we were near the time of our parting, and remembrance of all the bygone days sat upon us sorely. We got near to Corstorphine Bogs, and looked over to the castle on the hill. We stopped, for we both knew that we had come to where our ways must finally part.
Hey, Johnny Cope, are you walking yet?
You
And are your
Jacobite by
drums a
name,
beating yet?
you shall
Hey,
hear,
Johnny
you
Cope,
shall
are you
hear.
walking yet?
You
And are your
Jacobite by
drums a
name,
beating
you
yet?
shall hear. Well, goodbye, Alan Breck Stewart.
Goodbye, David Balfour of Shaws.
Here's my hand.
I will only take your hand, Davy. I'll embrace you like the brother you are. You take care of yourself, laddie.
And you take care in France.
We'll meet again, us fine, pretty gentlemen.
And he went off down the hill, towards the river.
You who bears a king's name.
I did not glance back, for I could not. I know not whether Alan did. I felt so lost and lonesome without my friend that I could have found it in my heart to sit down by the dyke and weep like any baby.
Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, your thoughts I will proclaim, your doctrines I mun blame. Ye shall hear, ye shall hear, your doctrines I mun blame, ye shall hear.
In Kidnapped by Robert Louis Stevenson, dramatised by Chris Dolan, David Balfour was played by Owen Whitelaw, Alan Breck by Michael Nardoni, Ebenezer, David Heyman, Rankeeler, John Buick, James Stewart, Finlay MacLean, Clooney McPherson, Ian McCrae, and the lass by Isabel Joss. Other parts were played by the cast. Kidnapped was a BBC Scotland production directed in Glasgow by Bruce Young.